In this presentation, I'd like to talk to you about managing your personal tech use. We all have personal tech, and so therefore having a way to manage that tech so that it works for us and not against us is an important component of a healthy lifestyle in the 21st century. One concept that I need you to understand in order to understand this presentation is something called the functions of behavior. And it's basically a fancy way of saying the reason why you do something. And for most typically developing people, for most of their behaviors, the reason why they do engage in that behavior is for one of the functions listed on the left side of the screen. I had this conversation with one of my classes several years ago, and we started the conversation by generating a list of reasons for tech use in class based on those functions of behavior. So here's the list. And then I now give my career development in psychology courses a poll and ask them to tell me, are they ever on their tech in class for one of these reasons? And a lot of the reasons are social, interpersonal. Some are attention, some are tangible. They're making plans with friends or making plans with work. They are expecting a call or finishing a conversation, and they have people that expect an immediate response to them. Some students were studying for another class. They were looking up information, which is really good. Some students just found it uncomfortable to turn off their phone. And then some students found best case scenario class boring, and in other cases, class was actually aversive. So they were using being on their tech to cope with with that boredom and aversion. The most common negative side effect of off-task tech use in class is it just slows down the progress in your course. So here's a couple of articles that explain that. So basically, it's not that you totally missed material and now you're going to fail, but now you've got to go get that material somewhere else or from somebody else because you missed it when it was presented in class. So number one thing, it just slows us down. Some other negative side effects is that it makes a bad impression on the course instructor when you're on your tech in class. Our job is to open doors for you, and we get lots of opportunities for which we are asked to recommend students, and so it helps us feel good about recommending you if you're attentive in our classes. If you're in a situation where you might be called on, you could be publicly humiliated because you're not paying attention. This is an article down here about student pedestrian injury risk. That's hurting yourself walking while you're looking at your phone. And of course, car accidents are another horrible side effect of off-task tech use. And then just bad decision making. If your attention is divided with your tech when you're making a decision, you might be likely to pick a bad choice in a situation. So you want to always be fully engaged with your attention when you're making decisions. The other thing to know is being behind others who are who are engaged in off-task tech use is actually slightly worse than being on your tech yourself. This article here found that students sitting behind other students who were on the internet, who were doing off-task things in class, actually had slightly lower scores than students who were multitasking on their tech and attending to class at the same time. So it's actually worse to be behind somebody on their tech. So you want to be right here, not here, when you're in class. So what's the solution? And it's to create a tech management strategy based on the function of your off-task tech use. Function-based strategies are always more effective than non-function-based strategies. So here's some interventions for attentions and tangibles. One is just remember that you may experience negative side effects like missing class material. For these things, you can get people to wait. So use those do not disturb features on your phone. Leave your phone in your dorm or car. Using a text replacement like will respond soon, just like we do on my way, but will respond soon to let people know you'll respond to them. Create tones for different people to know if you should attend to your tech quickly. And then I would really encourage you to consider the cost benefit of studying for one class while you're in another. We really cannot pay attention to two things like that very well. So there may be times where it's actually better for you to just study for that second class and do that work and not go to the other class and make up that work at a later time when you can attend to it more fully. For those boredom and aversion situations, using a less problematic coping strategy, sitting in the front, participating always alleviates boredom. If you have a hard time separating from your phone, tolerance training can help. So if you are very intolerant of separating, then put it in your lap. If you can, put it in your bag or even leave it in your room. Check it every 5 minutes instead of every 2 minutes, and then increase their time so that you gradually become more tolerant of being separated from your phone. If others want an immediate response to you, instead of responding immediately, wait 1 minute, and then wait 2 minutes, and then wait 3 minutes, and or use that text replacement will respond soon to help teach them to tolerate a slightly delayed response from you. So this is just an example of matching your strategy to your function. So you're texting with your friends in class, so put that phone in your bag. But if you are on your phone because you find class boring, then participate in the class discussion. So you just want to match those two things up. I always give my students an assignment where they can learn to manage their tech. And so these are some comments that I've received from my classes. I really like this first one because she said it was kind of rewarding to check her phone at the end of the hour and see the messages built up. This one says I was less inclined to look at my phone when it was in my bag, and it allowed me to get more out of my class meetings. Here's another one. I'll continue. I like not feeling so attached to my phone, so I put it in my bag. This one, oh, they also left it in their room. This one found that they were less stressed. They used different tones for different people while they were studying in their room to know if they needed to get up or not. When do you need to seek help? When do you think you have an issue? And that's if you can't get your tech management under control yourself and it is significantly interfering with managing your work, your school, your personal, interpersonal lives, or your family. The EKU Counseling Center can help. They're located in Whitlock 571, and they have something called Tech Tuesdays where they talk about tech every Tuesday.